Welcome to We Love Wrestling, and in this episode, we're going to show you 8 former WWE superstars that you won't recognize anymore. People who work in the wrestling business know that their health can take a big hit. This isn't just in the ring though. Many people who work in the wrestling business, especially in the past, have also enjoyed an almost rock and roll lifestyle, which can have a big time negative effect on their health. Some wrestlers even let themselves go and no longer look like their former selves. Keep in mind, this video is meant to highlight how difficult it can be working in the wrestling business while still paying respect to the athletes themselves. Number 8 is Scotty Riggs. Scotty Riggs was one half of the tag team The American Males in WCW. He was tag team partners with Marcus Alexander Bagwell, who then went on to become Buff Bagwell, and their gimmick was largely based on them being in great shape. The team didn't last long, and Riggs didn't have the same success as Bagwell did later on in WCW. He ended up joining Paul Heyman's ECW for a brief short run, and then worked on the independent scene until later retiring in 2009. Number 7 is Raven. Speaking of ECW, number 7 is ECW original Raven. While Raven mostly wrestled with a shirt on, he does look a lot worse for wear these days, but that's to be expected when you've been in the wrestling business for a long time. Number 6 is Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty was Shawn Michaels' tag team partner in the Rockers and would go on to have a singles run later in his career. In the past few years, it's been evident that he had a drug problem. Marty looked disheveled and was clearly struggling. Fortunately, Marty has since bounced back and is now under contract with Chikara Wrestling. Number 5 is Wayland Mercy. Wayland Mercy was a WWE wrestler that inspired the Bray Wyatt character. He was played by Dan Spivey. Now, there are not too many people who know Spivey for his run in WWE. In fact, Spivey was more popular in the NWA than he was in WWE. In 2007, he was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol, and this mugshot was taken. It was only 10 years after his Wayland Mercy gimmick, and you can see how much he had changed. Number 4 is Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon's greatest achievements have been as an Intercontinental Champion and as one of the inaugural members of wrestling's most important group, the NWO. The ESPN documentary on Scott showed that he has also had some low points in his life. Hall said in the documentary that he killed a man in self-defense in 1983 and was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, which led to his drug and alcohol addiction. He took a break from wrestling in 2002, but returned to the ring in 2004. During this time, Hall was overweight and aging quickly, and he finally sought help from fellow wrestler Diamond Dallas Page in 2013, and is doing great now. Number 3 is Lex Luger. Lex Luger is another megastar who was also known for his body. However, later on in life, he suffered paralysis that left him not looking much like his former self. Number 2, Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake's battle with drugs and alcohol was well known in the wrestling world. It ruined his career, marriage, and relationship with his kids. In 2013, when Jake's health problems were at their worst, DDP came to help him, much like he helped Scott Hall. Many months had been spent trying to keep Jake away from drugs and alcohol, and his progress was shown on YouTube and in Jake's documentary, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake. He has since turned his health around, been inducted into the Hall of Fame, and has his life back on track. It's awesome to see that he's a wrestling success story. And finally, number 1 is former WWE diva, Sunny. Sunny was the most downloaded female athlete on AOL in 1996, and one of the most attractive females of all time in the wrestling business. After the death of her husband, Chris Candido, she started to gain weight. She also had a history of drug abuse. She's been back and forth between cleaning up her act getting back in shape, then ending up getting back into trouble with the law and letting herself go again. She most recently got arrested in 2022, and we hope she can get her life back together again. That's all for now. See you next time on We Love Wrestling.